So we have all 5 of us for the first time in a while, I think.
We were all here Thursday.
Where were we?
Yeah. Michael
I
was
just
on
joined remotely.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right.
Yep.
That's why.
Yeah. All 5 of us in our respective studios.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's confusing. I do too much content, guys. I can't keep track of what's going on anymore.
I don't know what today even is. Is this in the blind? Oh no, this is Sidebar. All right.
It's called blindsided. Or
there's the crossover
Or
episode.
in the bar.
The crossover episode.
Oh, in the bar. Now there's a winner of an episode.
We do that too.
we should totally do a crossover at some point. That would be great. I don't know how it would look. We'll have to figure that out. But
I hope it's better than the Jetsons meet the Flintstones.
yeah, that was just
Oh, yeah, I remember that.
Fires on the floor.
sad.
Yep.
All right. Hi, guys. How are you all tonight?
Welcome.
Good. You?
Yeah, I think so. Good evening to everybody in the chat. Got a decent turnout to start with. That's outstanding.
Love to see that.
So tonight we wanted to delve into the idea of what was it again? Rejecting plea deals.
Blindsided.
Yep.
That's what it was.
Withdrawal of plea deal.
Plea
See, I'm
deal
already in
withdrawals.
the bar. Yeah, so withdrawing
Blindsided
pleas. And this is inspired by something we saw in Judge Middleton's court a few days back, and it was on the live show, and I believe that we've published that into its own video as well. But the long and the short of what happened there was you had somebody, Freya, hi. Guest appearance. Michael, it looks like you have a tail coming out of your head now.
Oh, you didn't know? Hey, don't judge.
I always thought you were a Nephilim, not an alien, but okay. Learn something new every day. All right. Anyways, what was I talking about? Oh yeah, plea deals. So Middleton. So this guy has a felony theft situation. His attorney works his rear end off, gets him a deal to have it pled down to a misdemeanor. It's going to be a slap on the wrist situation. Nothing super major. It was for stealing big spools of wire, as I recall, from like a construction site.
Yes.
Yeah. And the guy says, no, I don't want that. Withdraws from the plea deal and decides instead it's a great idea to take it to a felony trial where we're looking at potential prison. That's pretty much the facts of it, as I recall. Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I remember that we all thought that was probably one of the stupidest moves in the history of ever.
Well, this was the one too where the guy's like, "Yeah, I took it, but everyone does it."
Yes.
Admitting to everything.
To go with the trial is everybody else stole, so it's okay.
And if I remember
Solid
right, he
defense.
said that there was, I think he was charged with 14 of the spools, and he says, no, I only stole 2, or I only took 2. And
Which of course makes it all better.
yeah, but you still stole 2, and it's on the internet that you just confessed.
Yep, it's on. You just confessed to.
Yep.
Yeah, no, he admitted it. So I guess what we decided is that the dude was an idiot. And I think the basis for the discussion tonight and the questions that we need to ask is, what do we do to, sometimes people have to be protected from themselves. Should he have been allowed to withdraw his plea at that point? Should the judge have forced it to move on, or should he have accepted the fact that he's got a right to go to trial if he wants to, and let the chips fall where they may? I know that Middleton was not happy about the situation, and I don't think it was that he was wasting Middleton's time as much as Middleton was like, you're out of your mind.
Mm-hmm.
At least that was my take on it. Looks like we lost Austin. Hopefully he comes back soon. But I don't know. Yeah. Do you think Middleton should have done something to protect him, or do you just have to go, it's up to you?
I don't think he should have been allowed to withdraw it if he already accepted it. type thing.
Was he signed on the dotted line at that point?
That was my question: is had he already
Yeah.
signed all the agreements and everything? I think once the ink is on that paper, then I think it should be not case closed, but that's it. We move
Yeah.
forward.
I don't know if it
Because-
was just an
because
agreement in
that's-
principle.
That's
or if
where the judge
paperwork had
reads.
been done.
That's when the judge reads all the rights to the defendant of taking the plea deal. So if he had already taken it, then I don't think he should be able to go back. But if he hasn't yet taken it, then perhaps he can withdraw that.
I do agree with what Beth just put in the chat. He has a right to be an idiot if he so chooses, and I don't
famous bluntness
disagree.
of Beth.
I don't disagree. I mean,
I don't-
that is at the end of the day. There's free will here, and if they decide no, I never mind. I think they have that right. It's just a question of where you are in the process, and at what point is okay, you've signed
Yep.
away that right.
The only thing I have against that though is the wasting time.
Oh, I don't. Yeah, again, don't disagree
that's
there.
the only
but,
thing I have against
yeah,
him being able to retract it.
yeah.
Well, and I think the thing here too is we see a lot of judges that try to, I don't know if I'd say advise, but they certainly tell some litigants, some defendants, they'll say to them, listen, don't say anything. You have the right to remain silent, use it. And this is one of those times where this guy, all he had to do was keep his mouth shut and follow the advice and just take the plea. He was a felony down to a misdemeanor. We've seen it a couple of other times recently where somebody snatched defeat from the jaws of victory and they decide that they want to go to trial. And this is one of those things where that was so outrageous. And Middleton was taken aback for sure.
It doesn't make sense, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, and that's why you should always look, if you're caught, all right? I'm not saying if you're innocent, you should ever accept a plea. If you don't think that you're guilty, don't take a plea. I think that's silly. But if you know you're caught and you know you did it, and he even admitted that, hey, maybe he didn't take 4, maybe he took 2, but he still took them. He still took property. He took things that didn't belong to him. He's caught, but now instead of getting a felony, instead of having that linger over your head, you're basically going to get, I don't want to say get away with it because you're still getting charged. There's still a misdemeanor conviction, but you're ostensibly getting away with a major significant crime. So take it, sign it, run, don't walk to the courthouse to sign on the dotted line, and then don't be stupid anymore. But then again, what do you expect from someone that decides to break in and steal stuff and then admit it right in front of the judge while still under oath and still hasn't actually signed anything? So, I don't know. Maybe my standards are too high for people, which I don't know.
Well,
I keep lowering
You still
them,
have
and
my
yet
standards for
somehow,
people after watching
It
this
wasn't
stuff,
from
and I
Florida
applaud
though.
you.
yeah.
It's standards for people. That's a whole other sidebar right there.
Yeah.
Multiple sidebars, probably.
It's a whole
We could use
series.
that for the 24-hour sidebar stream that we'll do someday.
The sidebar-a-thon.
24 hours of sidebar.
That'd be
That would
great.
be
So,
a lot of
Intense.
caffeine needed for that.
Yeah.
so Austin,
Okay.
what are your thoughts on this whole situation? Should
I'm
and could Middleton have done something?
not sure if he could have at that point, other than hey, this is what I would do, plead not guilty. But he was at that very last time before everything was final. So Do I agree with that he pulled out of it? No. But I don't think there's anything that Middleton could have done except for, hey, it's a felony you're going for. Plead it down to a misdemeanor and just lay out the conditions of both. But after that, it's all on the defendant.
Yeah, Austin brings up a good point there. Like, can the judge force that plea? Like, would it be ethical or legal for him to force it? I don't think so if it wasn't agreed upon initially. I mean, probably it was agreed upon between the defendant and the lawyer. And the
If it was
and the
handshaking, not
prosecutor.
on paper.
Right. So it's not like, but it's not officially agreed upon. So was it stupid? Yes.
Yeah.
But was it anything that Judge Middleton could do? Because that's why he's there in the first place, is to initiate or to lock in that plea deal, and that's when he backed out of it. So I don't think there's anything he could have done.
And they don't always have to accept these deals. The judges don't, but
Correct.
Right.
but they also don't necessarily have the ability to say, no, you are taking this deal.
Right.
They
Yeah,
can, I
exactly.
think they can highly encourage.
Yep. I call
And they
that
can-
getting their inner defense attorney.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So let me ask this. We've used words like idiot and stupid, and that may very well be the baseline in this situation. But I wonder, was there like, what is there's got to be some other motivation behind all of this. Did he have so much arrogance that he actually thinks he'll win this case?
Sometimes
I think so.
I think he did. I think he thought he had something with the I wasn't the only one doing it, so therefore
Yep.
I'm gonna kind of
That
See,
is,
it's
it's
true.
such a common defense.
yeah.
I think I wrote in the chat, it's like, oh, well, the scoreboard shows, 0 for 59 million on this defense.
Yeah.
Because
Yep.
how many people, when they're pulled over for speeding, are like, hey, that guy was doing 90. I don't know why you're pulling me over. I was only doing, 75. Yes, sir, but this is a school zone. So it's like, I don't get the whole, oh, well, everybody else is doing it, so it's okay that I do it. Well, it's still a law, and they had to get somebody, and you were the somebody. Sorry that you got the loser lottery for the day, but congratulations, here's your ticket. And this guy, maybe there's arrogance, maybe it's drugs, maybe he's cooked on something. I don't know.
The chat was saying that he might have not been well mentally, and that's when the lawyer should have stepped.
I think
somebody should have
And
stepped
that's
in.
the other thing. And
Yeah.
and again, a judge has no obligation to say, hey, keep your mouth shut because you're going to talk yourself into a pickle. But I know Judge Middleton oftentimes does try to, in his own way, while weaving a tale of, Elizabethan English literature from, and talking about, also the Magna Carta at the same time, tell people, hey, maybe
He's a
you
learned
go
man.
ahead. Yeah, I love Middleton. So anytime I pick on him, it's out of love, but that he has a very roundabout way to do it, but he still tells people, hey, listen, man, what you're doing here, you're going to talk yourself into a real jam. And that's exactly what happened here. But I don't know. Some of these guys, there is some ego there too, I guess. I really don't know.
Well, he already
Sure
admitted
seemed
that
like
he
it.
did it. Yeah,
Well,
he
yeah.
admitted he did it. So, there's not even I guess there is.
Yeah, he
a
wasn't
reason
even trying
go
to talk
trial.
himself out of it per se. It wasn't like he was trying to be a fast talker or like some of these people that are like, well, actually, Judge, I don't know, I didn't do it, and they'll say, well, then why were you accepting the plea? Because you're saying you're innocent. We should have a trial. In this case, he's saying, well, yeah, I did it, but I only took 2 instead of 4. And this
wasn't
other
that
guy was
bad.
way worse, and it wasn't really that bad, and everybody does it anyway. And the guys know that, and it's tolerable. And, you know, it was a Thursday, and, you know, it's Thief Thursday here in Michigan. I don't know. There's just...
And maybe he was hoping for a lesser sentence as well.
That's
like maybe he wanted... Go ahead, Austin.
That's kind of what I was thinking, Ashley, is I was thinking he did that in his own way of, okay, if I only took this many, it's still a misdemeanor. Therefore, I'm still covered.
Right.
Oh.
But
yeah.
that's the way I took at it.
Yeah, maybe that's it.
But math while he was stealing.
I think it was still over the felony.
But he was already
anyway,
going to get a misdemeanor. That's the thing.
Yep.
Like, he was already. I mean, dude,
Over the
he was already
technicality.
there.
Yeah, he wanted less
Yeah.
time. He wanted to do he didn't want those restrictions, so he was going for something less. Yeah.
I just why would you do that?
So that's not the point. Was it going to go to a jury trial?
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess.
Yep.
Yeah. So originally,
now it's gonna,
I
now it's
got the
gonna be bound
impression.
over to another court, and
Yeah, I got the impression he thought the jury would agree with him. So convince the jury of your peers that, hey, only stealing 2 wasn't that bad. Not guilty. Off with
But you're not guilty at all. I mean, you stole 2, but 2 is the minimum in Michigan.
Yeah.
That's like, you're okay. As long as you didn't do more than that, you're fine. Because St. Joe County has a special. Steal 2, get your first conviction free.
St. Joe County, California, maybe. I don't think that's flying in Michigan.
Yeah.
You know, in Michigan, I'm not exactly sold on their law enforcement there and what they're choosing to prosecute and not. But he's not getting out of it.
No.
Nope.
Yeah. But I don't disagree with the point that was brought up here. Is like, I think in his mind, he had the argument to convince a jury of 12 of his peers that, oh, it's fine. And I think that's where the place he was coming from.
Well, this
I'm
might
not saying
be
it
where
was
the
going to
mental,
work.
this might be where the mental comes in. ODN
Yeah.
put in the chat, I'm not sure it was mental as much as it was foolish. You might have to be a little bit mentally off to think that this is going to work.
Right.
Because the math does not math on this one.
Yeah.
It doesn't.
Or
No.
we've had someone else put earlier, I think Beth, was delusions of grandeur. And that is sometimes a symptom of different mental conditions where, like, you know, this grandioseness of like, oh, it's fine. It's fine.
It's sort of one step below soft sit stupid. It's like,
which we've argued is being a soft sit a mental illness. Or people with mental illness just more susceptible to soft sit.
Yeah. Well, and I almost think, you know, some of this stuff like soft sits and some of these guys that kind of try to talk themselves into a better deal, even when they already have a good deal on the table. Some of it, I don't know if it's, I think maybe there's some aspect of them that thinks, hey, look, I'm smarter than the system. I've watched a couple of episodes of SVU. I'm really smart. And so I'm going to be able to figure out, I know how to talk to the judge. You know, these lawyers don't know crap. Yeah, I'll get this resolved because, you know, they've talked into the mirror or they've walked around their house talking about it. They've got it all, or they've written it down, or they looked it up online, or one of their buddies who's also a con was like, okay, this is what you got to do. And maybe they're getting trolled by their friends. I mean, I don't know. Hey, look, if you just tell the judge you only took 2 instead of 4, he'll totally go for it. Yeah, like his friends are trolling him.
And I have another. How this went down. Am I correct to say that the lawyer didn't even know this guy was going to refuse the plea deal? I don't think so.
I don't think so.
He didn't have an advance notice on that. I think it came up like right before they went in front of Middleton.
Right. So that makes me think, I don't know. I think that is so, I want to say rude, but That's not usually how that goes. Usually you let your lawyer know what you're going to do in court so the lawyer can express your wishes to the judge. But he did not do that. So that means, I know we brought up soft sit, but that sounds like a soft sit thing to do.
Well, plus it gives the lawyer an aneurysm because this lawyer, they had to sit
Yeah.
down with the prosecutor to hammer out this deal.
The
And-
time.
Yeah, and the
Wasted
time it
time
took
and-
to do that. And
Yeah.
and this lawyer's probably like, hey man, I got this guy a pretty good deal. And then he walks in and he goes, actually, judge. I'm like, oh no, the poor lawyer, this poor guy.
I'm
And
surprised he didn't ask for
yeah.
a continuance.
I think
Some
Dan,
time to talk some sense into him.
he was probably so stunned by just the sheer dumb
Yeah.
that
I
he
would
was
be
just
shocked.
like,
Yeah, I mean, just
Yeah.
curious.
That's
Like,
the
let's
way
see
it
how this
seemed.
shit plays out.
Lindsay. Yeah, he was just like, hey, you know what? All right, man. Let's just see what happens.
Let's try this.
I've done this.
He just puts his head back. He's like, hey, man, let's see.
What judge has to say here?
Get the popcorn. See where this is
You're
going.
on your own.
Yeah.
So if this is SovSit or SovSit adjacent, what is
Yeah.
the argument then? Is it instead of stealing, is it borrowing? Like instead of driving, you're traveling? What would be the SovSit argument?
It's
doesn't
actually
have an
community
argument.
Who would
property.
argue that?
He doesn't have an
actually
argument
what?
because he already admitted to it. So
Well, he said he took it. Is taking different from stealing in their minds?
You know, maybe.
It's
Maybe for a
community
mentally
I
property.
unwell
didn't steal it.
person.
I took it.
Yeah.
It was
Yeah.
left out in the front yard. He left it
and-
for me.
It is an attractive nuisance, Judge.
Yep.
Kind of like if you have a car, if you park a car on the side of like out front on the street, and you just have $100,000 sitting in the front seat. Hey, it's really for anybody because who would actually do that without the expectation that it's going to get taken? It's an attractive nuisance, Judge. By the way, it's a real argument I've heard people try to make before.
I was gonna say you wouldn't use that phrase unless you had some kind of
Oh,
Yeah.
context or
Yeah, that's
Point to
one of
make
those. So maybe that I wish, I don't know. I feel like we're trying to figure out the origin of the universe here. like
look into
I-
somebody's mind.
yeah, like
why
this
are
is
people making terrible decisions? That could be its own series.
yeah.
Yes.
We'd need the law tube version of Neil deGrasse Tyson for this. I mean, it's got to be somebody out there that has an idea because the five of us putting this together is like, we might be right. I mean, we might have stumbled onto the answer, but who knows?
You know what we should do is watch the trial.
we won't get it. It's not going to be in his
It's
court.
not in middle.
Yeah,
school.
sadly.
But that would
Bummer of it
be
all.
that would clear up.
Does
I
anyone
think,
else in
some
that
confusion.
area stream?
No. Well, there was one judge, but I think it was a district court judge again. It could
Okay.
be circuit court. I don't know. The Middleton said the other day was going to start streaming because of the remodel. He had to move to another room. And
Yeah.
he wasn't necessarily going to be able to have the combatants right in front of him. So
Yeah.
they were going to have to do more of his stuff through Zoom.
Combatants?
Combatants.
Yes, the legal combatants or
That's-
contestants.
The contestants, the combatants.
I know what the word
The
means.
cast
I just the
members.
use in context was a little kind of threw me off.
I mean, well,
Hold on, did I hear that right?
I use these words all the time,
I know
Lindsay. Where have you
contestant. I
been?
heard contestant.
I mean,
I think I'm
this
used to
guy
it.
was a combatant. He just
Hold on
he
now.
he showed up, he showed up to a gunfight with a cupcake. So I don't know.
Cupcakes.
Oh, now I want a cupcake.
Yeah,
don't
that
like
sounds good right now.
I'm sorry. A lot of my analogies revolve around food. I do apologize.
As they
It's-
should.
yeah. Well, that's how I operate,
We
guys. I'm
did
sorry.
make a pound cake, so maybe I can have that. Anyway, this guy.
There's a grocery store a block that way. I'm going.
Ashley's
Right
hungry
there.
thoughts.
Right? No, I don't know. I've been craving sweets lately. Let's
What if I
be
text
real.
Brandon if he can bring me cupcakes on the way home, so I don't have to go outside.
There you
Ashley's up to like 7 different Discord channels we need to start for her now. Have like
I don't
Ashley's
mean
hungry
to.
thoughts.
I'm very hungry. Bring me a cupcake.
Ashley's dark thoughts, Ashley's hungry thoughts.
For the last couple weeks, I've been craving pizza, and I finally fulfilled that wish over the weekend.
Ooh, what was the pizza?
It was a Papa John's pizza, and
Okay.
it was just a cheese pizza, actually. So
Okay,
I fulfilled that.
there you go.
Alright.
There you
Fair
go.
enough.
There you go.
So sometimes Ashley's hungry thoughts do win. So
They manifest
What
into
if you
reality.
waited a couple weeks and then got the pizza on a weekend rather than like my impulse of there's a grocery store right there. You know?
Yeah.
but
It's-
Ashley's
it's 3
evil
a.m..
thoughts don't win.
Yeah. Don't.
Well, I'll just go take it, and then I'll just say, "Hey, everybody takes pizza." So
But I wanted it. It was
Yeah, but
there.
I wanted it, and plus, it was only one pizza. This other guy took like 5, so
That's a good question. Would this guy have walked into the Little Caesars and just taken it right out of the hot and ready case and walked out?
Probably.
He probably would have.
yeah. And
I
then
can see
nobody,
that.
It's like it was sitting.
but
on
nobody would have
camera.
pressed charges. We would have felt sorry because he took a Little Caesars pizza, and so we're like, okay,
Hey,
well, listen, man.
sometimes in the right moment, those they scratch the itch. They're just satisfying.
Yeah, we've had those moments here. Not in a few years, but we have had them, and I always feel guilty afterwards.
Yeah, you
Like
never
what
feel
what
good.
have I just done to myself?
Yeah.
But I remember
Yeah.
back in the day when Little Caesars pizza.
What am
was
I about to
actually-
do to the sewer system?
Little Caesars isn't bad to me either. I just wanted strictly a Papa John's pizza because of the garlic sauce, I think.
That's
My
Wow.
God. Look what happened. I said cupcake, and we just totally
You
we
melted
totally
us
took
down,
this into
Nicky.
a food show. I'm telling you, this is how it happens. And I am to blame, I guess, but
The best part is the chat has gone silent.
yeah, because they're expecting this hard-hitting law tube commentary that you have come to know and expect from us here at Sidebar, where we never get distracted by any shiny objects.
So,
And-
so the chat has gone silent, but the viewers have gone up by 20%.
Because they're just like us and they're hungry.
Yeah, well, this is about dinner time in some time zones.
Yeah.
Since they still have not instituted my freedom time idea. But that's another discussion.
Yeah. So I don't know. I don't. Is there a solution to this situation? Is there? Are we actually? Is this one of those things that we could potentially try to solve, or what do we do? I mean, should every defendant just walk into the courtroom with a gag? I mean, how do we handle this to keep people from talking themselves right into prison time when they might not necessarily have gone there?
It doesn't go in
know.
front of the judge unless it's been signed.
Yeah.
Yep.
There you go.
That solves it.
There
Just
needs
that
to be
simple.
a point at which, you lose your ability to back out, and it doesn't go before the judge until that line has been crossed.
I mean, the judge can still say no. We've
Yeah.
established that.
Yeah.
Um,
In
But
Texas
perhaps
and in
that's
some
the answer.
states, so they have a trial setting, and then that's when you can no longer have a plea, but you could technically plea open to the court after that. And I suppose that's where your mouth could get you in trouble, maybe. But at that point, you were going to go to trial anyway.
Right.
So you were already looking at, potential time depending on the nature of the crime, misdemeanor, felony, whatever. But so I don't know. But yeah, I think that is one of those things where unless it's signed, then the only decision is, will the judge accept it or not? And defendant, shut up. I mean, I don't know. I don't know what else. I mean, maybe we need a big neon signs in the courtroom, like, you know, we have for TV shows where it says applause. Maybe this is like defendant, shut up, or I don't know. We need something like that. Now, from a content standpoint, we don't want the defendants to shut up. I mean, Dan's like, why would you tell them to do that? It's like you're ruining it.
Yeah,
Mike.
no,
But
we like the bad choices.
of course we
Those
do.
get the most clicks.
But for society, for the prison system, maybe not.
Sidebar again, and speaking of bad choices. So in the chat, I missed the line about actually having Mexican casserole, and I just saw I still have cheese slices left, but I forgot to put the guac on the side. Like, who is putting guacamole on their pizza?
On a Mexican pizza.
I've never tried it.
Sorry if I was making faces, but I was horrified for a moment. Like, what?
Look,
Not with pizza, Lindsay. No.
I'm in the Southwest, and I've tried some things, but that's a little adventurous for me, I think. But
Yeah, I love me some guac, but that is a bridge too far for me.
What's
Yeah.
that place? There's a place in Toledo, and I forget what it is, and I would never eat it, but they do something stupid and put like pickles and ketchup and mustard on the pizza.
Oh, is it like a cheeseburger kind of pizza?
oh my
It's a
God.
it's a cheeseburger pizza, which is just an insult to pizzas.
Yeah, that's
Suddenly-
awful. That's like
suddenly
putting
I'm not so hungry.
ketchup on your spaghetti.
Yeah.
Yeah, hard no.
Yeah. Well, anything that's featured on TLC should never happen in real life.
Garlic ice cream. All right. I mean,
Hey,
Yeah.
garlic ice cream, no, but corn ice cream, yes.
So good.
I've made it.
What?
Corn.
So good. Sweet corn
Yes.
ice cream.
Yep, it's the best. We've made it
Interesting.
here.
Really good.
What?
I don't.
Wow.
Come visit
I-
the studio, and I'll make you some sweet corn.
It was a
I-
Minnesota State Fair food one year, and I tried it. It was really good. It sounds weird, but it works.
It works.
It works.
Okay, I'm
Drag us back
dumbstruck
into
on that.
distraction. I'm sorry, guys.
I'm confused. I don't know how that.
We sidebar.
It sounds awful.
It's not.
It's so good.
It's really good.
Thanks. It's like
But
sweet
you
corn.
eat it in
It's not
small
like-
amounts. It's like like those sorbet servings that you get like between courses in a fancy restaurant.
Yeah.
Like the palate cleansing size. That's what you need.
Yeah.
You wouldn't put 3 scoops on an ice cream cone.
Is it rich?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. Well, that's strange, but okay.
Do you
If
like
y'all
more
say
of your
it's good.
sweet corn ice cream, sir?
I don't knock
Yes.
it till I try it, and
It's
that's
good.
how I do everything. So there you go.
Well,
I can't knock it.
come visit us here at the crib and we'll make you some.
Corn
great.
procured from Peru, sir.
I don't think we use Peruvian corn, but
Vintage from 1976, sir. Yeah, I don't know.
that's not
It
corn anymore if
sounds.
it's that old.
Well, I don't know. Everything. I guess everything aged is good, or something. I don't know.
There's
With
an
fancy
ice cream
foods.
shop I would go to when I lived in Portland. I had to look it up to confirm the full flavor combination. It's strawberry honey balsamic with black pepper, and it is really, really good.
I've had an ice cream like that, and
It's
yes, it
really
works.
good.
Balsamic and
Yeah.
ice
I'm-
cream.
Absolutely. Balsamic works with sweets.
Yep.
Put it with berries all day long.
No, actually, that's true.
What?
There's a place I go to that used to do that for their salads. They have like the fruit and then the balsamic. It was really good. It was really good.
What?
So-
All right, now that we've totally
Y'all are blowing my
evolved,
mind. Okay. Go on.
do
Yeah.
we want to do the last 25 minutes on food, or do we want to get back? back to court. I don't care. Just somebody pick something.
I don't know. It devolved. I feel responsible.
Well, you are, but we'll talk about it later.
Well,
No, it's cool.
look,
But I mean, at the end of the day, back to the court, what we're just talking about is people people making dumb choices. This was just another example of it. But we saw like the Mercer trial that we watched last week.
Yes.
Where that person, that was a different yet somewhat similar situation where she was offered a deal that was going to be a deferred misdemeanor, where if she just completed her probation, everything would be wiped clean. And this was a brandishing a firearm while you're intoxicated. So, you know, normal Florida behavior.
Not only that, but she didn't just brandish it. She also fired a couple of shots in the air, 3 shots or whatever.
Because that's what you do to protect yourself. But you know, she was offered a defer, and she's like, "No, take it to trial." And she ended up with the exact same thing, only without the deferral.
Yeah, she actually has a misdemeanor conviction.
But now it's a conviction that sticks.
Of course, she's 64 years old. I don't know if she cares if there's a misdemeanor conviction on her record. You know, but still, it's there now, and it's going to stick with her until she commits a felony in another few months. So,
but what was the point of that exercise? I guess is my question. You know, and we've debated here a lot about the amount of plea deals that are done, and are too many pleas done? Should more things go to trial? All of that. But two things can be true at once, as I say all the time. We can have way too many plea deals. We can have this going on too much, but then there's also the pleas that just make sense. Take them.
Yes.
Yep.
You know, and the Mercer lady is a perfect example of it. What did we see in her trial that would have been even remotely a good defense? Nothing.
Yeah,
Well,
Mr. McDaniel couldn't cook up much except for, well, you know, because your family's a bunch of redheads, right? And I know how you guys are.
Yeah,
solid.
The redhead defense, and then there was. Didn't he say something to the effect of, "Well, she shot the gun in the air, and we've all done that."
He did do that too.
Florida defense.
And the crazy part about that defense is he really, I mean, here you fire a gun into the air. I mean, it's a felony. Texas, it's called deadly conduct. Now, there's two kinds of deadly conduct in Texas. There's the misdemeanor, and then there's the felony kind. But the felonious kind would certainly be firing a gun into the air multiple times, especially while saying threatening things to somebody. You know, the fact that you're getting a misdemeanor deferred as a plea is such a gift. The fact that you only got a misdemeanor conviction technically is a gift. But it's like, if I did that kind of stupidity, I'd be like, where do I sign? I'd basically get away with it.
She got 2 of the charges. She was found not guilty though, and the final one she was guilty of. So
flip that.
It was the opposite way.
There's
not
two guilty
of the charge of being drunk.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. I
Which was
misunderstood.
hilarious because Mercer said afterwards that he felt like the drinking was a factor in this.
And pretty much everybody testified that she had been drinking as well. The only thing is they didn't conduct, I think the only reason they found not guilty, not having spoken to any of the jurors, but I get the feeling from that trial that since they didn't conduct a field sobriety test, like a standard DUI test, because obviously she wasn't driving, it was, you know, they couldn't completely establish without, I guess beyond a reasonable doubt. That's my only, you know, inference from that she was drunk. But, you know, they all say that she smelled of alcohol and her eyes were glassy. And that was the other great defense in there, Dan, was, well, you know, she has glassy eyes right now. I'm like, well, maybe she's drunk right now. Like maybe
that was my thought
he
too.
He was leaning into that. Like her eyes are always glassy. See, they're glassy now. He mentioned it like 15 times. I wonder if he told her to do a couple of shots before court.
Let's establish a baseline.
Yeah, I'm
I
only
don't
half
think
kidding,
he's
'cause it probably would've
qualified
been
to
the only
do
defense.
I don't think he's qualified to do trial.
That brings
I've
up
always
a question in my head. It's like, so we see field sobriety tests for like, obviously for driving, for DUI, but do they ever like check someone for sobriety, like for situations like this? Like, or do they just bust out the breathalyzer and go, yeah, you blew or do they even do that?
Well, especially after someone's accused of discharging a firearm, and if it's codified that, firing, that there's a special provision in the code that says if you fire off your gun while intoxicated, that in and of itself is a crime. Well, then
is there a
shouldn't
legal
you
limit like there is for driving?
Shouldn't you measure? I mean,
From what I remember,
Yeah, I would think there would be a blood draw warrant.
Sorry,
Yeah.
go ahead, Austin.
there was a part where one of the police officers or sheriff's deputies was on the stand doing his testimony, and he said we didn't go through the full testing, but from talking to her, it was his opinion that she was drunk or had been drinking and was heavily intoxicated, but he couldn't put that legally in the paperwork because they didn't do the testing. The
Strong
standard
odor of alcohol
so-
or whatever they used for like
Yep.
the acronym in Courtroom 5.
Yeah.
and by the way, just having the odor of alcohol on you while having a firearm is not against the law.
Yeah.
But using a firearm while intoxicated it's one of those distinctions. It's just like when you drive, you can smell of beer. You can smell of booze. That doesn't mean that you're driving under the influence, but and we would see that in Judge Fleischer's court. Sometimes an officer would write up a report saying, well, they reeked of alcohol, but they didn't say anything else. And Judge Fleischer would go, and that would be that'd be the end of it. It would be, no probable cause. So, I guess, if we're going strictly by that, then the jury actually found correctly. They actually did a good job. They did their due diligence, because that is how you would, if you were taking the statute literally, that's how you would take it.
Yeah.
That's a good point, Michael. Something I had not thought of in real time. I was surprised that they found not guilty on that, but you make a good point. There's not an established line of evidence there for it. So good on them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The other things were slam dunks, and the defense, and I think too, I don't know how the jury didn't laugh at some of those defenses, but I mean, it's Florida, so maybe that's just like, to them, that's just like you and I saying hello. That's just like, oh yeah, of course we all fired a gun off. I mean, yeah, of course we did. Yeah,
And on a
Didn't
side
you know
note, I'm
that's the
glancing.
Florida handshake?
Good morning. It's like, yeah.
On a side note, I was going to say, I'm glancing through the chat here real quick, and I'm waiting for one of YouTube's bots to nuke our stream now with all of this talk of pizza and all of the pizza emojis. Because that has two meanings.
Oh.
Y'all don't know what the meaning is?
I don't know that it has.
No.
I think
I know.
I think I know, but I'm.
Pizza. CP. Child.
Oh.
Oh, okay. No, that's not what I was saying.
Oh.
Yeah.
Boy,
But it's pepperoni pizza.
Talk of pizza, and the pizza emoji is commonly used in those circles. And
That's
it's one of the things
depressing.
that gets flagged by bots.
I
Oh.
really dislike that I know that.
I did not know that.
Yeah. So, yeah, whenever you're in a chat and you're talking about pizza, do it sparingly.
Yeah.
Yes.
Anyways.
God forbid, don't ever mention anchovies. That's for sure.
TCF.
Oof.
Oh my ugh, I didn't know that. Yeah, well, look, we aim to educate here.
We'll bring it back to
TCF.
ice cream. Then.
I don't know what to
Yeah.
say again.
I've
learned so much.
and I thought I knew all the crazy lingo, and I thought I knew all the different sort of stuff but I am taken aback by that one. You learn something new every day, folks. I mean, that's why you tune in here. You learn about food. You learn about, food being an allegory for other things, and what not to say, or else maybe some men with suits show up at your door.
Yeah. And it's
I
okay
mean-
to fire a gun in the air.
Just as long as they don't have that little.
Because everybody does it, Dan. We go back to that defense. I mean, everybody's done it.
I only fired it once. That guy fired it twice.
And
Yeah.
everybody's done the pizza and pasta emojis and talk too. Beth just informed me that she'd read an article or something that the Epstein files are littered with those references.
No.
So there you go.
How dare you ruin food? Now we've crossed the line.
We've only
All
ruined
right.
Italian. We've only ruined Italian.
Yeah, but that's
That's
really
my
good
favorite
food. I was like,
Yeah.
that's the best food.
Yep.
George, do you believe this?
No,
I know
not
that was
pizza
the joke,
anymore.
I'm
Don't
I'm-
everybody touch tacos.
Team tacos.
I'm not
alone.
losing
that
All
one,
we
too.
have left.
Jeffrey
Don't forget the
Epstein
guac.
didn't.
Yeah.
If Jeffrey Epstein didn't, break his own neck in such a, very, very obviously self-inflicted way, I might have done it to him for ruining pizza like that. I'll tell you that right now, consarn it.
I know.
No,
I just aim to educate here at TCF. That's all. That's one of our main goals of this channel. Is
I mean, I appreciate it, Dan, but at the same time,
educate the press.
I'm.
It doesn't mean that you can't have pizza. It doesn't mean you can't enjoy it.
Well, I know that, but
And I'm gonna think of that every time.
now
I was
the
just
next
gonna say, it's
time.
going to cause me to think about it.
I mean, yeah.
Well, don't look. It's real simple. You have a division. Okay, you shouldn't be on your phone when you're eating, anyways. So,
I mean, that's
so
true.
if you're
I'm
not on
worried
your
about,
phone
like,
while
if I
you're
use
eating, you're
my
not
phone to
chatting
order
about pizza,
pizza.
and you're not bringing it up.
If I use my phone
Well,
to
just-
order pizza, what salacious activities am I really?
Well, the good
kind
news
of
is I've never
engaging.
ordered just a cheese pizza. It's always like pepperoni or like meat lovers, but that's probably an allegory for something else. That's probably like some now it's like, oh, well, meat lovers, we
I
know
guess
what
you
you're
can
about,
say
Mike.
You're using cheese pizza the proper way.
Hello,
And
Studio
that is
City.
Eating it.
Well, the biggest thing you can do is just not use emojis. Most emojis have been broken at this point.
That's
The
true.
eggplant.
That's true,
That's-
Peaches.
that's
Except
why-
for the
that's
TCF
why we have-
emojis.
That's
Yes.
why we have custom emojis for our channel members, as those
Yes.
have not been tainted.
No.
And if you taint one of those emojis, you'll be removed from the channel. Those are the rules.
Yes.
But,
Yes.
but yeah, the public ones, unfortunately, none of them are safe. See, we
Gosh.
know exactly what you mean with all of those emojis, Lindsay.
Yeah.
Started clicking.
My goodness.
You're talking about bondage.
But that's not ruining anything. That's
No, it's not ruining anything at all.
After
Yeah.
dark.
She's
that's
just, you
that's
know,
just a fun
she's
way to
sharing.
spend a Friday.
there you go.
I was not thinking about that at all. And when you brought it up, oh man.
Well,
Okay.
if we're gonna
Tell-
devolve, let's devolve properly while we're here.
Right. I mean, so you've learned, we've talked LawTube, we've talked food, and we've talked about how food and LawTube could be related because you use the wrong emoji, you'll find yourself in front of, a judge, and then you can say, yeah, but everybody else did it.
Yes.
Yep.
Well, and you know what? With some of the things that we're talking about with the whole cheese pizza kind of stuff,
Yeah.
that might actually be a defense in some areas where everybody else has done it
Believe that.
because it feels like it, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Well,
Like go to Jefferson County every third case.
Jefferson County.
So
Yeah.
it's not that far-fetched.
That's, I mean, yeah, it's been a rough, it's been an interesting couple of days. We have had a spate of kind of interesting cases out of that area. Unfortunately, none of that kind of stuff, but it's been more like a lot of robbery, a lot of theft, robbery, ag robberies. And again, the defenses that people use, this is where, to bring it back a little bit, this is where like these plea deals come in. We saw somebody today that was on deferred adjudication, Judge West Court, I think.
Yep.
Deferred adjudication, but then, they committed robbery. They committed, I think, a couple of robberies. And they got a deferred adjudication for like 3 years or 5 years or something like that, and then it got extended for another year, then they're like, cool, I got the deal of a lifetime, so now I'm going to go out and do fleeing and eluding from police and, and assault a police officer. Cool. Great. So I don't know. Sometimes these plea deals, I don't know. Sometimes the people that talk themselves out of them are probably the same people that are going to just go out and commit another crime anyway. So,
well, let me ask you this, since we're back to quasi semi-serious stuff. I've been talking a lot lately and using the phrase turning pro.
Yeah.
Going pro for these people who are like repeat offenders and all that. Is a plea deal just an excuse for those who have turned pro to just go do more? Kind
Well,
of.
the last
I mean, that example
That's
that
not
Nick
the
gave.
intent.
Yes.
But that's kind of what happens.
But it
because
is
that,
the impact sometimes.
yes, that
In their
the
mind,
last
they think they'll
sidebar.
just get a
Yeah.
slap on the wrist.
Last time I
Sorry,
did this,
Ashley.
I can
No,
always
you're
plea
good.
down if I get caught. Yeah.
Yeah, the
Yep.
last sidebar with the four-time offender and him getting a plea deal at the end. Yeah.
Yep.
It did turn out that way. I feel like in a lot of cases it does turn out that way. But it's not like people say, it's not the intent.
Well,
but
I
that's
wonder
why I
if
think
that.
there needs to be a rule put in place with how many times,
Well,
I
and how
wonder
many
if that's what's in
times?
the
Oh, go ahead.
defendant's
Dan.
mind. I wonder if that's what's in their mind when they take the deal. Like, this frees me up to go do more.
Yeah.
Because there
Well-
are some people that they like being criminals.
Or it frees me
Yeah.
up to get back at it, back out there.
Maybe it's a type of high. I don't know.
It
Maybe.
is
Well,
for some folks.
yeah. For some it is, especially crimes like theft. I mean, there's definitely an adrenaline rush or people that
Yeah.
do those kinds of things.
Like
But
Watch
Gigi.
Family
I'll
Guy.
say
We all
this.
saw that with Lois
Yeah.
Griffin.
Yes. Yeah. I do think that what's interesting about some judges, like Judge Boyd will say many times, she'll say, why should I follow this plea agreement?
Yeah.
And then she'll say, oh yeah, but in the steps, you say this and this and this. And now you're telling me a completely different story. Why should I follow this plea agreement? Now, oftentimes she'll say that, and then, the lawyer will try and smooth it over a little bit, and she'll wind up following the agreement, but not always. There are times where it's like, not only do they talk themselves out of it, sometimes they're good in court, but they'll talk themselves out of it in the PTI, the pre-trial or the pre-sentence investigation report. And that's when they wind up, blowing it.
And she's who I was thinking of when I said, like, they don't have to take them, because she always says that. Like, I don't have to follow this. Why should I follow this? Like, she kind of makes you argue your case.
Maybe they should make
I
it
was
harder
thinking-
for plea deals to go through, like she does.
Yeah, I was thinking
Or
of
have a
her
part
with the
where they
Middleton
all
guy.
have to
because-
do that.
Yeah.
I was thinking of her with the Middleton guy, going back to who we started with, because if they were in front of her and she gets to the point where, has he been able to provide you with any defenses, that lawyer would have had to have screamed no.
Yeah.
Well, actually, he would say, yes, Judge, he has, although they're complete bullshit. I mean, that's what
There we go.
you just have to say that because it's nonsense. And so, and then she'd ask, I mean, because we know Judge Bush, so why is it that you're stealing? And I mean, she doesn't beat around the bush. She doesn't give you a story about a bridge first. She just says, so why are you stealing? And he'll say, well, because everybody else does it. And then she would say, well, if everybody else jumped off the bridge that Judge Middleton talks about, would you do it? And, and I mean, it just cuts right to the point. And he would say yes. And then she'd say, I don't think you're a good candidate for probation. So now let's talk about how much time you're doing.
Yeah.
Yep.
And that'd
then
be the
at
end
the
of
end, well, no, it would not be the end of it, because then what she would do, just to wrap it around into the other discussion that we've had tonight,
Oh, no.
she would then say, where do you work? And the person would say, Chipotle. And then she would be, here's what I always tell people about Chipotle.
Oh no! Now you bring up Chipotle now.
I know where he's going with this.
And can you
Hitting him
ask
today.
them, why they only include 1 pack of sauce in there. Sometimes you want to have like 10 packages of sauce. Sometimes you really want to coat that thing with sauce. So why is it that every time there's
She
food.
does like her food, I will say. She comments like, "Oh, I like your little things."
She would fit well on this show. I tell you that right now.
Well, she's
Judge
showed
Boyd
up
is
on a
welcome.
podcast or two in the past. Perhaps I'll reach out.
Oh my gosh.
This would be a great place for Judge Boyd because we could, I still think sometimes she's like,
I wouldn't know how to act. I would be like,
Yeah, I wouldn't either.
dead silent. I think.
Yeah, I know. I would be
I'd
intimidated.
be too intimidated.
Yes.
I would be afraid of getting a sentence.
You wouldn't be able to
on,
do it live. You'd have to like
Oh, no, you
Yeah.
gotta do it
edit
live.
it down. The
Yeah.
awkward
We'll do it
silence,
live.
and you just like,
I'll write it and we'll do it live.
don't live in Bear County. She can't get me. I can't live in Bear County. She can't get me.
Yeah.
I love her. She's intimidating.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
She's
probably
like,
more so than most of the judges that we see, really.
she comes off sweet and everything. Like I thought, like I was like, what's the big deal? She seems nice, and then she just hits you with hard.
She
So
goes
here's
on
the
that
thing.
record and
Yeah.
Yes, and that's the most scariest thing I think I've ever seen. People that can back up everything with facts. My goodness.
Yeah.
O- ODN says in the chat she would internalize all of us.
I've listened to what you've said. I've internalized everything you've said. But here's the thing.
Yep.
And I always tell people this, and your attorney will tell you. We can go off the record. Look.
You'd have to. Oh, she'd have to go out in the blind in addition to Sidebar.
Oh,
Yeah.
God.
That would be interesting.
That would be
That
the
would be-
crossover.
That would be the blindsided episode.
Yeah.
Yes.
Crossover.
Ooh.
Judge Middleton would be in the bar.
You know, that would be kind of an interesting twist on the show is suddenly a random and then we just, I mean, that would be something right there. I'll tell you what.
All of a sudden, at
Man,
Finding Justice,
I mean,
the Judge Fletcher
that-
pops into the chat, and we all freak.
Yeah.
I know. See, this
With
is,
the
we've
camels,
learned a
don't they?
lot.
Beth is over there scheming right now. She's in the studio with me tonight.
She's like, okay,
This is interesting.
let's see. Let me jot down some notes on who to contact tomorrow.
Right, she's the bringer of the questions.
Yeah. She's like
So
secretive about it too, by the way. She's like hiding her phone from me now. I like walk by and all of a sudden she's like, "My precious, don't look at the precious."
She's having fun. With her
Just
questions.
writing all this stuff down, and then papers just, it's like there's top secret clearance to get into certain areas.
You need a
Pretty much.
passcode to get into her notes
installs
app.
a safe. Installs a safe in the wall behind the portrait
Yeah.
with all the show ideas or the questions.
Yeah, this show better work for everything it's costing me in security now.
Yeah.
All right.
This is, I tell you, this has been fun. We've gone down quite the journey tonight.
Yes.
It's been a
Yep.
circuitous route, to say the least, but a fun one. I've learned a lot about food. I've learned a lot
too.
that broke my heart about emojis. Even though I don't really use emojis, but now I will probably never use them again outside of maybe a smiley face, but there's probably something wrong with that too. I'm sure that means that, I'm really, part of the Masons or something. And I don't know, whatever. So there's been a lot that we've learned tonight,
Yep.
even though it doesn't seem like it, maybe if you're just watching, if you're looking at it on a surface level, but we've had a lot of emotional highs and lows tonight.
We've gone on a journey together, folks.
It has. It's been,
It's been kind of a challenging couple of days for myself as well. So
I needed the
it's been
laugh.
great tonight.
yeah.
Well, look,
For me.
that's why this show works. We get together and we have fun, and sometimes we're serious and sometimes we're not, but that's part of the joy of it in my mind.
It's
and that's one
law
of the
tube
reasons why-
adjacent.
Yeah.
It's one of the reasons why this whole channel works.
Yeah.
Is that we all like get along. And by the
Yeah.
way, since you mentioned emojis and how you were brokenhearted, I looked up the broken heart emoji.
Oh no.
There does not
Oh,
there does
God.
not appear to be an alternate meaning to that one yet.
Oh,
Oh,
okay.
we can do the broken
Okay.
heart one.
Okay,
We
we
can
can
use that
still
one. I
use
just wanted to let you
that.
know. Yeah.
Just can't use it in conjunction with anything else.
No
Don't put
food
it with a
emojis,
pizza.
basically.
Don't put it with anything. Yeah.
Yeah.
The
There you
burger,
go.
the
But it's
pizza.
standalone like Ashley just did. That's what you got.
Yes.
Yep.
Any final thoughts, Austin, before we go?
This has been a lot, and I'm sure I'm gonna go back through it. And I didn't catch that while we were live, but oh yeah,
This has been a lot.
yes.
Ashley, has it been a lot for you?
Actually, I needed this tonight, so it
Yep.
has been a lot, but it sums up my last couple of days in a nutshell. So it's been great. But
Yep.
all the same, I enjoy talking about any subjects with you guys, including court. So it's fine for me.
Yeah.
Good. I'm glad you had fun. Lindsay?
I'm gonna mourn the loss of the pizza emoji for a hot
Yes.
second here. I can't lie.
Should I make a new one for just TCF members?
How are you going to
Something
do
that doesn't
that?
I would be afraid what that would imply about your channel. So no, I think we just avoid.
Stay away from it.
We just stay away from it.
Well, then I need another food. Think about it, I guess.
Ice cream.
Something that can't be
We
co-opted.
just-
A corn ice cream.
Yeah, there you go. You're
There
speaking
we
for an
go.
ice cream.
Oh,
right.
yeah.
I'll work
There
on
you
that.
go.
An ice cream
Michael?
cone where the TCF logo is the scoop of ice cream.
Ooh.
Oh,
All right.
there we go.
Well, we need more channel members because all my emoji slots are full. We need like
I've
we
look-
need like 100 donated memberships, I think.
That's just a
100.
Friday.
Yeah, that's true. We've done it on a Friday.
We've done it.
It's a good point.
Hmm.
Michael, final thoughts?
I have learned a lot about food tonight. Some sad things, some happy things. I have learned a lot that I think this has been, this episode is almost an ode to Judge Middleton. I think we've taken a journey and we've really
The rest
gone
is
around the
story.
world and back in time and across the multiverse. And I think that's the beauty of sidebars. You just don't know what you're going to get. And that's why we do this twice a week. And we'll be back Thursday night to do this again.
I will not be back Thursday night. Are you able to host it?
Well, it's going to be scary, Dan. This could, because,
Yeah,
I sort of
it's-
started this. I sort of started throwing the switch that brought the train off the track tonight. Inadvertently, I should add. I just mentioned the word cupcake and suddenly it just went. It could have happened to anybody. It could have happened to anybody. It just happened to be me that said it. So, but yes, of
Yeah.
course, I will be here Thursday night,
Okay.
and we will
Well,
do
Michael's in
this.
charge on Thursday then.
Oh God.
All right.
Uh-oh.
All right.
And I'm thinking.
Are you ready for us,
I think-
Michael?
I might
Oh,
be in the
he's
chat
ready.
depending on where I'll be on the road.
He's a much better ringmaster than I am. I mean, yeah, he said cupcake, but then I let it get out of control. So I'll leave you with my final thought, and that's that I think this weekend I want to make some strawberry basil balsamic ice cream.
There you go.
And I want to
It
try
It
it.
just doesn't sound right.
There,
Oh, it's
Okay.
totally right.
that ice cream place does have a
I
scoop
tried
shop
it.
in your area. So if you want the inspiration, I can send that your way.
Sure. Yeah, send it.
All right.
All right, friends. We'll be back tomorrow morning, 9 a.m. Eastern, 6 a.m. Pacific, half an hour early for channel members. If you're not a channel member, become one. We have fun on the pre-show. At least we're trying to. Although Michael told me I sounded too melancholy today, so I got to work on that for tomorrow.
I did not say you sounded melancholy in the pre-show. That is a filthy lie. I just said
Oh, so now
you
you're getting
sounded
specific about it.
I said during the show today, just in general, you seemed a little off until the 4th hour. I came in and, you know, of course, I just did what I always do and throw total chaos and, you know, bananas and everything else into the works,
well, I
gum everything up.
with that news story for you.
I will say that was something. That was something. I don't know if I ever want to revisit that again or not, but
Never look at vacuum cleaners the same again, and avoid the vacuum cleaner emoji, whatever you do.
oh my God.
It's not safe, people. You might not be able to get it out.
Oh God. Well,
So
choice of words right there.
We will leave with those final thoughts from Ashley. It's not safe. You might not be able to get it out. Take care. God bless everybody.